somebody came in and was asking about a point of sale system that he wanted to build and was struggling to figure out how it could be done in FileMaker. And of course, because my mind is tuned to what can be done in JavaScript, I was thinking this is a perfect use case for JavaScript. So we within a couple minutes and with the help of ChatGPT, this is what we came up. This is what I came up with in front of everybody. I've since revised it because I was interested in seeing how I could improve it, but it was a pretty interesting idea to be able to build a point of sale system that tracked just some basic items and kept a total going and then allowed them to check it out or something based on that. So this was a lot of fun to put together. And the biggest thing was dealing with the ideas of menus. And we were talking about like, how could you do this in FileMaker? We were like, this would be a lot of work to do in FileMaker. But are you familiar with React? Do you use React at all?
I'm no, I'm going to say no, I don't use React. Familiar, I know the words. I've seen it, but I've never actually used it. So,
So because of the use case of the morning person, it occurs to me that, and I'll say what I said in the morning because this is still interesting. React is designed to make changes to part of our interface when something happens in the interface itself. So
okay.
when I click on menu one, it's designed to say, all right, he clicked on that ran a function, that function needs to cause this center point to update itself with new information.
Hmm.
React also says, oh, he clicked on this button. I need to keep track of everything that he's clicking on, so I will do that. React will do that. React is very good. That's the whole point, I think, of React is to make change to the part of an interface without having to do the interface all over again. Um,
How is it handling the data? Is it just rendering that, or is it actually storing those values somehow?
so it's storing it in what React calls state.
Okay.
These are state variables right here using a function that's built into React called use state. And this is the name of the variable. This is the function that will update that variable with whatever we want it to. So the values are kept stored in these three variables right here: total price, visible menu, and items. And I'm using functions to, like when I click on add to cart, that's going to this items. It's running this function set items, and it's adding to this array whatever item was clicked on. So all of this is stored in the memory of the web viewer until I reload it or something. And obviously then I can add a button down here at the bottom that lets people, send it back to FileMaker. But it's all
Mm.
stored. So I could send all of this back to FileMaker at any time. And that's what's really nice about React is it's holding all of the stuff. It's holding the state and it's ready to go.
Hmm.
It's storing it. So there are JavaScript libraries like data tables and I guess some of the charting libraries that hold their own state. They have figured out a way to store what you are doing and how the interface should change by pressing buttons. They're doing that, and what React is just doing is it's doing it on a larger scale. It's handling it. It's handling it without a. I mean, it's a library, so it's handling it as a library, but it allows me to do that. So this is really nice. I got a bug here where it's removing everything, but this was a nice thing to put together real quick and
That's cool.
show people. Um, I worked on this. It's funny. I worked on this and I wrote it from scratch. in the basic version of it. And then like 5 minutes later, somebody in the morning group said, or it was Gabe in the morning group said, "Hey, I got ChatGPT to write this whole app for us." And he showed it and he was like, "Yeah, it's beautiful and it's fully functional." So
Wow.
ChatGPT could handle all of this, very quickly, which made me feel a little frustrated, but it's how it is. So.
Yeah. I've used ChatGPT a couple of times, but not for like a full app. But
Okay.
it's like just write me a function that will, I don't
Yep.
know, as a quick example, merge two arrays, for example. I know it's an
Yeah.
easy one, but and it's good for that. But I find that the more complex the problem, and maybe it's just the way I'm expressing it, I'm not expressing it well enough. It's like a basic intern where you're doing just as much work sort of vetting the data or the output rather and correcting it. I find anyway. But I mean, Gabe obviously is a whisperer,
Yeah.
so
Does this look good to you? Does this look modern? Does it look professional, or is there something?
yeah, sure. It's as modern as any other web app out there, I guess.
I have a
Uh,
hard time seeing it. I feel like I'm
well,
designing stuff that looks, less professional, but I don't know. I don't know what
that's
I'm
what
using
CSS is for.
right. I'm using Tailwind CSS to help me with this and giving
Mm,
me some, it's I don't have I'm learning Tailwind quite a bit, but it's taking a long time. I use like before we got on today, I used ChatGPT. I said, "Hey dude, this is pretty janky, my original version. Can you spiff it up, make it look nicer?" And so this is what it produced. But yeah, I don't know, it's good. And then, just I can bring in the menu items from FileMaker and everything is good. So it's all working really nicely. So anyway,
cool.
that's what we played with in the morning. People come and I love it and they have questions and we end up building something and it's like it's the solution or pretty dang close to what
Yeah,
it is. So I hope people find that valuable. To even just look through code that they might not fully understand, but to see what's
sure.
going on. So, yeah.
Oh, that's really neat. Yeah.